Disclaimer. Hey guys, this is a work of fiction. It's just for entertainment, so please don't take it seriously. All the photos and clips used in this video belong to their rightful owner. I don't claim any ownership, all credit goes to them. So let's just start this video. The air was thick, tension crawling like fire between them. Vian slammed her hands on the table. Vian, Jungkook, you can't just ignore this. We have been talking about moving in together for months and you keep brushing it off. Jungkook, I'm not brushing it off. I don't see why we need to rush everything. Vian, rush? Jungkook, we have been together 2 years, and every time I bring up the future, you act like it's a problem. Jungkook, because it is a problem. I have my career, my plans. I can't just drop everything because you want to force me into some ideas of us. Vian, force you? I'm asking for honesty, not permission. I want to know where we stand. Jungkook, you want honesty? Fine. I feel trapped. I feel like every time I try to think about my life, it's like you are there, pushing me, demanding me, suffocating me. Vian, suffocating Jungkook, I have supported every decision you have made, every late night, every risky move, and this is how you treat me. Jungkook's voice rose, sharp and cutting. Jungkook, treat you? Why do you even realize how selfish you sound? All you care about is us in the future. I can't live like that. I am tired of being made to feel guilty for wanting space, for wanting my own life. Vian, selfish? I have given you everything. 2 years, Jungkook. I have been by your side through everything. And now you are saying it's too much. Jungkook, too much? It's not too much. It's just you're too much. You clinch, you pressure, you make me feel like I have no choices left. I can't do this. Vian's voice shook, but she refused to back down. Vian, and I can't keep pretending that your space means I'm not important to you. You are saying all this to hurt me, Jungkook. Jungkook, maybe I am. Maybe I need you to understand how suffocating this has been. I don't know if I even want what you want. Maybe I never did. Vian, you can't just say that after everything we have built. 2 years isn't nothing. Jungkook, maybe for you it isn't nothing, but for me it's a trap, and I can't live like I'm trapped. Vian's hands curled into fist, her chest burning with a mix of anger and heartbreak. Vian, fine. If that's what you really feel, then maybe we need to rethink everything. Because I can't be with someone who resent me for loving them. Jungkook, maybe you should not. Jungkook stood by the door, grabbing his jacket. His eyes were cold, sharp, leaving no room for argument. Jungkook, I'm going to Lana. At least she understands me. She doesn't force me into anything like you do. Vian froze, her voice barely above a whisper, trembling with shock and hurt. Vian, what? What do you mean? You are going to her? Jungkook, we can fix this. We can talk. Please don't. Jungkook, no, I have had enough of talking, enough of being cornered, judged, and made to feel guilty for living my own life. Lana gets it. She actually listens. You only push. Vian, pushing. Jungkook, I have been with you 2 years. I have loved you, supported you, stayed by your side, and now you're just leaving me for her. Jungkook's tone hardened even more, harsh and cutting. Jungkook, yes, because with you it's always pressure, always demand. I can't breathe with you constantly around. Lana, she's different, she doesn't suffocate me. Vian's chest felt like it was breaking. She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. Vian, so everything, all the love, all the time we spent, it meant nothing to you? 2 years, Jungkook, nothing? Jungkook, I didn't say it meant nothing. I'm saying I can't live in this. I can't be with someone who sees love as change. Ryan, Chains, Jungkook, I loved you. I gave you everything, and you just throw it away for her. Jungkook, maybe I am. Maybe I finally realize I can't waste my life being trapped by someone else's expectations. Ryan fell to the floor, trembling, her sobs echoing in the empty apartment. She couldn't move, couldn't speak, her heart shattered into pieces. Jungkook paused at the door, glancing at her broken form, his voice cold and final. Jungkook, don't follow me, don't call me, I am done. He left, the door slamming behind him like a final verdict. Vian collapsed fully onto the floor, sobbing uncontrollably, clutching the place he had just stood, the silence around her heavier than the storm raging in her chest. Next day, the hall was crowded. Students were murmuring nervously. Vian clutched her bag tightly, her palms sweating. Finals had started, and this was the first exam. Her heart pounded, but not from nervous about the test. It was from the emptiness that still lingered from last night. She hadn't prepared a single thing, she couldn't focus. Every thought was about Jungkook, about how he left her for Luna, how harshly he had spoken. She tried to walk past the crowd, keeping her head down when her eyes caught them. Jungkook and Lana were standing by the cafeteria steps, laughing together, their hands brushed, their faces close, smiles wide and easy. Vian's chest tightened, the air in her lungs feeling heavy. She wanted to pass them without making eye contact, pretending they didn't exist, but Jungkook noticed her instantly. He tilted his head, smirking, and turned to Lana. His voice carried just enough for Vian to hear, sharp and deliberate. Jungkook, can you believe Vian actually thought I had stayed with her? She is pathetic, honestly. Lana laughed softly, covering her mouth, and nodded. Vian froze mid-step, her stomach twisting violently, her face burned, tears threatening to spill, but she forced herself to keep walking, her eyes fixed straight ahead. Every step felt like walking on broken glass. She didn't respond, didn't even glance at him. She let the word pierce her silently, letting the humiliation and heartbreak sink in, but she refused to give him the satisfaction of seeing her crumble in front of them. Jungkook watched her pass, the smoke still lingering on his face, knowing exactly the effect his word had, realizing the pain he caused. Vian kept moving, forcing herself not to fall apart, telling herself that this was survival, her final year, her exam, her life, but inside, her heart felt shattered, broken into pieces she didn't know how to pick up anymore. She reached the exam hall, hands trembling as she picked up her pen, staring blankly at the paper, unable to focus. The laughter and cruel words still echoed in her ears, louder than any thought of the exam, louder than anything else in the world. 4 years later, Mayan stepped into the class building, her resume folder tucked securely under her arm. The lobby was sleek and silent, filled with professionals rushing towards their future. She had healed, not completely, but enough to breathe without breaking. Memories of Jungkook still flashed sometimes, soft and painful, but they no longer controlled her. She walked toward the reception desk when someone bumped into her shoulder. Her folder almost slipped from her hand. Vian looked up and froze. Jungkook. He looked older, sharper jawline, slightly messy black hair, dressed in formal shirt. His eyes widened the second he saw her. Jungkook. Vian. Her breath caught, but her expression remained unreadable. No excitement, no shock on the surface, just calm, collected stillness. Jungkook stepped closer. Jungkook, I didn't think. I mean, it's really you. Vian simply nodded once, polite but distant, as if greeting a stranger. Vian, excuse me, I have an interview. She tried to walk past, but he gently reached out, not touching her, just stopping her. Jungkook, Vian, wait, can we talk? Just for a second, please. She lifted her eyes to him, emotionless. Ryan, I don't think there is anything left to talk about. Jungkook swallowed, guilt flickering across his face. Jungkook, I know I messed up back then. I have wanted to say something for years. I'm not expecting forgiveness. I just. Ryan stepped back, keeping distance. Ryan, whatever you are looking for, you won't find it from me. She turned away and walked straight to the receptionist's desk. Jungkook followed a few steps, desperate. Jungkook, Ryan, please, at least look at me. She didn't. The receptionist smiled professionally. Receptionist, good morning. You are here for the 11 a.m. interview? Ryan, yes, Ryan. Receptionist, please take a seat. HR will call you soon. Ryan thanked her, her voice steady and soft. She walked to the waiting area, taking a seat without sparing Jungkook a glance. Jungkook stood there, watching her like someone realizing too late what he had destroyed. He ran a hand through his hair, frustration and regret mixing in his eyes. Jungkook quietly, Ryan, I'm sorry. I really am. But she didn't respond. She just kept her gaze ahead, calm and unbothered, as if his voice no longer had the power to shake her. For the first time, Jungkook was the one left standing alone. The room was silent except for the ticking wall clock. Vian sat straight, reviewing her notes calmly. Jungkook sat two chairs away, pretending to scroll his phone but glancing at her every few seconds. She never once looked back. Receptionist stepped forward. Receptionist, Vian and Mr. Jeon Jungkook, both of your interviews are scheduled at the same time. Our HR has an urgent meeting, so he needs to take your interview together. Please follow me. Vian stood smoothly. Jungkook stood too, almost nervous, but she didn't notice, not intentionally. They followed the receptionist down a long corridor toward the interview room. The HR manager, Mr. Sen, sat behind a white desk. Papers were arranged neatly, and he gestured for both of them to sit opposite him. HR, thank you for adjusting. Let's begin. HR, Ryan, I will begin with you. Explain one strategy you would apply to improve team productivity if conflicts keep rising within the dev department. Ryan answered instantly, voice steady. Ryan, I believe conflicts happen when people stop being heard. My first step would be to create an internal communication circle. She continued clearly, confidently, explained teamwork, empathy, structured solutions. HR looked impressed. HR, interesting you think for our team's perspective, not only for from an individual standpoint. HR turned to Jungkook next. HR, Jungkook, same question. Jungkook explained his strategy clean but focused mainly on control, maximizing output and personal benefit within the team. HR listened but didn't react much. After 20 minutes, the interview ended. HR, I need a few minutes to discuss. Please wait outside. Vian stood first. Jungkook stood after her, trying to catch her eyes again, but she didn't give him the space. 10 minutes later, the door opened. HR, Vian, Jungkook, please come in. They both entered. HR smiled professionally. HR, after reviewing both of your performances, we have made a decision. HR, the position goes to Ryan. Her strategies showed leadership, empathy, and long term thinking. She prioritized people, and that's what this company needs. HR, Jungkook, your approach was good, but too profit oriented. We are looking for someone who can balance productivity with team well being. Please apply again in the future. Ryan bowed her head slightly. Ryan, thank you so much. Jungkook swallowed, nodding stiffly. Jungkook, yes, thank you for the opportunity. Vian stepped out of the interview cabin calmly, clutching the file to her chest. She walked toward the glass exit door, ready to leave the building. Footsteps rushed behind her. Jungkook, Vian, wait, you stopped but didn't turn. He moved in front of you, breathe uneven. Jungkook, congratulations, you deserve it. Finally looked at him. Your voice was soft, calm, but sharp enough to sting. Vian, thank you, and Thank you for breaking me that day. His eyes widened slightly. Vian, if you hadn't, I wouldn't be here today. So, really, thank you. You smiled at him, bright, confident, and untouchable. You walked past him without another word, leaving him standing alone in the middle of the lobby, watching the version of you he never thought you had become.